Hello there, let's talk about VLANs for security cameras. So here I have a camera connected to a switch, as you can see. It's a Netgear ProSafe, and I can create VLANs on the switch and separate the traffic, all right? So the idea here is that I can have some ports belonging to some VLANs and different ports belonging to a different VLANs, right? So let's say, for example, if I have a computer just right here connected to this cable, and I want to isolate this computer from the camera. So somebody sitting here using this computer cannot access my camera. My camera is connected here to this port, so I can just create VLANs and aggregate these ports to a VLANs that are for the security cameras and those ports to the VLANs for the computers. So it's pretty simple. Let me just come here on my screen so you can see. Right now I have my camera working, okay? So via web browser, let me just move my hand here in front of the camera so you can see that's working. And this is the diagram that I have right here. I have my IP camera with this IP range 192.168.0. something. And it's connected to a PoE switch. So the PoE switch powers the camera, as you can see here. That's the first port. So it's connected here to my camera and powers the camera via power over Ethernet. And then I have another cables here. They're connected here to my router and another one connected to my laptop. And I have extra cable here to other devices, but it's not the case here, okay? So let's say, for example, I want to isolate my laptop from my camera. I just need to connect this laptop to one port that's not different VLAN compared to this camera, okay? Let me just start testing here, just sending a ping from the laptop to the camera. So let me just bring here this CMD prompt. And what I can do here is just send a ping from my laptop to the camera. So as long as I have the IP addresses, I can do that. Here I have ping 192.168.0.225 minus T to keep pinging. So this is the camera's IP, 225, okay? So basically it's pinging from my laptop and the camera is responding here, right? And back here to the switch, as you can see, here I have a connection for my laptop, this green cable, and here I have my camera. So they are in the same VLAN. So I am able to ping the camera from here, okay? Let's just now get into the switch so I can do a different VLAN there and I can separate the traffic. Here I can come to the switch interface. That's my Netgear. And I have the option for the VLAN, and here I can see the VLAN IDs, right? So the first VLAN ID here is the VLAN number 1. I have all the ports connected to this VLAN from 1 to 8, which means that every single port can communicate here. So that's why I can send this ping and the camera can respond, right? So now my camera is in the port number 1. And here I have VLAN number 2, right? That has port 5 through 8. So let's just come here to the VLAN number 1 and uncheck this first port. So now the port number 1 is no longer belongs to the VLAN number 1, okay? And now here you see VLAN number 2. I also don't have any ports. So let me just do this. Here on the VLAN number 2, let me just exclude everything. So VLAN number 2 is no longer valid here. I have just one VLAN right now, VLAN number 1, okay? Back here to the switch, now I have a VLAN here, and ports 2 through 8 belongs to this VLAN, and port number 1 doesn't belong to any VLAN, right? Let me just come back here to the ping and see that the camera is not longer reachable, okay? So I can't reach the camera. So that's the idea. Now my camera is isolated from the network, but I need to have my camera working with some VLAN, belonging to some VLAN, so I can have other cameras or other system connecting to this camera. So what I usually need to do here is just set the VLAN to port number 1, for example, okay? So when I apply here, now I have VLAN number 2 with port number 1. And I can also have port number 2, 3, and 4, let's say, belonging to VLAN number 2. And now I'm coming to VLAN number 1, and I'm going to exclude port number 2, 3, and 4, and apply it. Now I have VLAN number 1 with port 5 to 8, and VLAN number 2 with ports 1 to 4. Okay, back here to the switch. So I have one VLAN here, port 1 to 4, and another VLAN here, port 5 to 8. So now everybody connecting here from port 5 to 8 belong to the same VLAN. They can communicate, and everybody connected here, port 1 to 4, belongs to a different VLAN, and they can communicate between themselves, but not with the other VLANs just right here, okay? So here, I still have this issue here. It's not pinging the camera anymore because there are different VLANs right now. My computer is connected here to port number 7, which is in a different VLAN here compared to VLAN number 2. So that's the way you can separate the traffic. Let me just bring this ADP here, refresh it, and as you can see, it cannot find the camera anymore, right? If I wanna have my computer connecting to this port, I can change the configuration here. Let's say my VLAN number 1 here is also working with port number 1. And I apply here. Now I have port number 1 belongs to the VLAN, and then there are the ports, right? And now here it starts pinging again, so it's working again. And here, let me just refresh, and I have access to the camera again via the software SADP, which is the software that finds the Hilvision camera in the network, right? And now let me just refresh here to see if the live view is working. It takes some time to reload here via web browser. I'm using here Hilvision Camera. So let's see if it's working. It is. Let me just move my hand here in front of the camera, and as you can see, it's working, okay? So it's pretty simple, as you can see. I just need to have my switch here connected to my cameras and to my laptop or any other device, and log into the switch and change the configuration there, as long as I have a manageable switch, which I have here with this Netgear Pro Safe, okay? There are different switches out there. They work a little bit differently, but that's the idea when you're using a VLAN. You can just set up which port belongs to each VLAN, and then you can separate the traffic, broadcast traffic, so you don't have so many broadcasts on your network, or you can separate the devices here by different segments, right? And you can also use different IPs if you want to. You can have a different range of IP for this VLAN here and for this one here, okay? So that's the way it works. If you like this video, please subscribe to this channel, leave your thumbs up and your comments, and I see you in the next one.